Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SAT Math Question of the Day with Professor Emeritus Seth Chaiken, University of Albany, and Seth's brother Joel. That's me. We're here to hopefully show you how to approach not just taking SAT math questions, but preparing for the SAT as well. As part of that approach, we strongly encourage you to do as many Khan Academy questions as you can, because Khan Academy has in their practice questions in their practice. Wait a second. In their practice questions, I'm just getting my thing adjusted. In the practice questions, the SAT told them what's on the SAT test, and there are about 40 topics on the SAT, and Khan Academy has 20 questions per topic, so it's a good idea to just do all these questions to help you prepare for the SAT. So this topic today is data collection and something else, I think analysis. And this is the second question of the group of 20. We're down to the second question because these problems are not normally done in school. So we're doing these from scratch, from number 2. And I think we did one last week. We're going to do one today. And Seth said, let's do the third one today also to see how this, basically the third question is probably going to be almost identical to this question. So let's get going. Okay, here we have the question. Please read it.
Well, that's a hypothesis.
Seth has a hypothesis. Seth by nature is an...
And we will see when we go to the next question whether it's true.
That's right. Seth has an experiment. Seth was born with an experimental brain, and that's coming out. Okay, here we go. So please read it, pause it, and then we'll come back to it. And, okay, well, the thing with these questions is they always want the best answer. Okay, that's the operative word when you do these things. What is the best answer? Okay.
Well, they are quite explicit about what they want. It says, which of the following is most likely?
True. Okay. So let me read it. A survey of randoms in a recent student, every word counts. You got to pay attention to every word in these problems. In a recent student newspaper, not an adult newspaper, but not a newspaper for the parents, but a student newspaper, survey of random seniors at a Buckingham High School, whatever. 73% of them responded that they will attend the prom. Which of the following is most likely true? Okay.
Okay, please emphasize most likely true.
Yes, most likely true.
Okay, let's move on and
let's move on
and pick the one of the 4 choices that is most likely to be true.
Okay, here we go.
Given that the survey of a sample of the seniors totaled out to 75% of the sample.
Yes,
replied, yes, they will attend the prom.
So just the way Seth said that, I didn't even read the answers yet, but something tells you the word sample is going to be important. Let's see. Approximately 75% of seniors at Buckingham High School student will attend the prom. That's not bad. It's reasonable to say that. More than 75? No way. Why would more than? No. Less than? May not, I don't know. Best answer. Well, definitely not exactly. I mean, anytime there's a statistics question and they say exactly, that one's wrong. So, yeah.
Okay.
Common sense would say it would be A, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Okay. Good. I agree. Now, let me criticize your analysis. Let me give my explanation.
More to it. I can't wait.
Okay. My explanation is that all 3 of the situations in the distractors are possible.
Yes.
You can't. You seem to prefer. You without any justification felt that B was more likely than C.
Yeah, I don't know.
No. There's no evidence in the problem.
Okay. Yeah. That's why you
Okay,
have to choose
but
the best.
but the question is, which of these properties is most likely to be true?
Yes.
Well, the three distractors are each less likely to be true than question A. But all three, and in fact, all four of the outcomes are possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's also possible that that none of the outcomes are true.
Sure. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I this but in questions about surveys, this is a very straightforward question.
Well, it's
So
number
let's move
two.
on to the next one. Well,
It's number.
let's look at the explanation that Khan Academy gives, and then move on to the next question.
Well, we would expect it to be on the easier side because it's number two of
Well,
20.
okay, so let's just move on.
Okay. Got it. Well, I can't do it that fast. I got to first clear the drawings. Then I got to get off of this annotation thing. Then we have to click A. Then we have to say a prayer. Then we,
No, we
whoa, look
don't.
at us. Wow. Okay. Random samples allow us to make estimates about an entire population. Since exactly what? Since exactly 75% of the random sample will attend the problem, we can assume that approximately 75% fine. That's so weird. Why do they say exactly? What happens if someone gets sick? Well, whatever. Okay.
I
So,
agree. I agree. That's not justified.
yeah, okay, good. Okay, so do you have any comments on their what they're doing here? The conclusion is too specific on the exactly. Um, we can use this information to make inferences about the population. Very important vocabulary there about the random sample and the population, which is the group of people that they're trying to study. The seniors, they're studying the seniors. Okay, so I guess we can move on, right?
Right.
I think they didn't say anything that different from what we said. Okay, so next to question 3. Let's see how similar it is. Question 3. Okay, time to take out the annotation tool. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Question 3, go for it. Okay. Please read it, pause it, and come back. Okay, Conrad found that 9 of the houses. Conrad found that of the 9 houses closest to his, 7 of them have security cameras. Okay, I'll just do a 7 over 9 there. Based on this information, which of the 5 conclusions can be reasonably drawn? Best answer. We always looking for the best answer. Reasonably drawn about the number of houses, security cameras in his city. Are you kidding? His city? Just because his neighborhood is city? Are you kidding me? Well, anyway, anytime there's an exactly, you throw it out, right? I mean, that's without even thinking, right? At most, about the number of houses security cameras cannot be determined. Whoa! Oh no! Oh no! I mean, it's such a small sample.
Well, no. A and B have a different character from C and D.
But A and B are no way. There's no way A and B are the answers, right?
Well, A says that Conrad, looking at the 9 houses closest to his own, counted the security cameras, and A claims that it claims, and I'll say falsely, that you could conclude from that there are no security cameras at all in the city besides the 7 that Conrad saw.
Right. Well, I misread.
So that's ridiculous.
Of course, it's
he didn't look at any of the houses beyond the 9 that were closest to his. And the conclusion is that of all those houses that he never even looked at, none of them have security cameras. So that's ridiculous.
Okay, so let's not wait. It's so obvious that
now,
question
at most, can be thrown out. Well, at most, it's the same thing, because he observed 7. Okay, and then if based on the faulty assumption that there are no others besides the ones he observed, well, then there must be exact. Then the false assumption leads to the false conclusion that there are exactly seven, and being exactly seven, it's also true that there are at most seven. But the premise that there are no others beyond the ones that he saw, that is completely false.
We're wasting everyone's time.
Okay, so let's concentrate on the last two.
Right,
what do you think, Joel?
Oh my! Whoa! I am not trained in statistics, and I think I could justify both of those. First of all, this is a reasonable thing, having reasonably drawn about the number of houses in a city. It's reasonable, but the city, I mean, we're not talking how big the city is, but we have to assume it's a reasonably big city, maybe even 100 people. I mean, it's such a tiny little thing. Maybe the guy lives in a high crime area. Conrad, or whoever Conrad is, lives in a high crime area. So you could justify that this is 7 out of 9 is not enough to make in the number of houses. Yeah, it's certainly, you could certainly make a justification that the study's too small. So I don't know what I would do. I would go back and I would make sure I get all my other questions right on the SAT so that I can afford to get this one wrong. That's what I would do.
Okay, so let's pick one answer and see whether the one we pick is the one that they propose.
So why don't you give us your opinion? What do you think?
Well, my opinion is that okay. I guess my opinion, if I were to choose, my opinion is that given the choice of all the data in the problem, I would pick D.
D. In other words, you're saying that there just isn't enough information.
Yeah, we don't know anything about Conrad, his neighborhood. Why?
Yeah.
We have no idea what we have no information about whether Conrad's neighborhood is in any sense typical.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I propose we pick D, and that's our. I propose that D is the best answer of this silly question, and then see what the Khan Academy people wrote.
Right. Now it's also possible this is Khan, not the SAT people.
I said the Khan people.
No. I'm saying the SAT people may spend more money designing the question, getting more people, and figuring it out maybe a better question. The other mistake we made here is my mistake. I should have said which one I think it was before you did, because I didn't say I thought C or D. I should really get myself on the line. You did, Seth. You put yourself on line. I didn't. I would have to agree with Seth, although next time I'll have to make my own decision so that I could be held responsible as well. But I would justify and agree with my brother. Prayer. Yes! My God, Seth. Seth comes through. All right.
Well, Seth. I come through agreeing with Khan.
All right.
So let's see their explanation.
Okay, let's see their explanation. Okay. We're not even going to look at A. I mean, A and B are ridiculous. Right? Okay. Okay. Here we go. D. Okay. D. The sample only includes houses close to Khan, so it isn't random. Ooh, random. Since the sample was not random, we cannot reasonably draw conclusions about a larger population. Aha! So they kicked on the word random, which neither of us kicked on. We kicked on the fact that maybe he lives in an area that's special or whatever.
Yeah.
Since the sample is not random, C, we cannot use information. The sample only includes houses. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, fine. I mean, again, it's a best of a best, right? Their explanation to C. Yeah. C seems to have the same reason.
They opine from the information the written in the problem that the sample is not random. I think basically that's what the two of us concluded, though we didn't say it was not random.
Right.
But that's what we meant.
The houses weren't selected randomly, but based on proximity to Conjur's house. Yeah. So because the sample is not random, you can't say any conclusions. So this is something to learn and take into the actual test. Yeah. That in order to make conclusions, the SAT people want to make sure that the sample is random. In fact, that's a good idea. In statistics, in order to make conclusions about something, you want to make sure the sample is random. So that's something to learn.
Yeah. Okay. So it's possible. So this is an idea concept that you could take with you when you take the SAT.
Right.
That if what might be on a data analysis question on the SAT is a case of a sample that has some particular property, number one, and two, the question does not say it's random. Now, remember, in the previous question, they told us that the sample was random. In this question, they, one, did not say the sample was random, and two, they told us the particular way the sample was done, pointing to a particular house of a particular owner, and from that we can reasonably conclude that the sample was not random.
Right.
So number one, they didn't tell us it was random, and number two, the circumstances lead us to reasonably conclude that the sample wasn't random.
Right, which means that therefore you can't make any any conclusions. Yeah. Notice that it's interesting. I just noticed that I have to go back to annotating just for a second. Isn't this interesting? With the question was, which of the following conclusions with a plural can be reasonably drawn? But these aren't. Each one of these is not a conclusion. Each one of these is just a conclusion. Am I right? Which of the following conclusions? Shouldn't they say which of the following conclusion? Which of the below conclusion can be reasonably drawn, as opposed to which of the following conclusions? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, this is not SAT. They don't spend the millions of dollars per question. I don't know what the SAT does, but it seems like they spend millions of dollars per question. That's an exaggeration, but they spend a lot of time and money on their questions. Kant probably doesn't. Okay, so I guess that's it for today. Please give us your comments on our YouTube video and how we can make this better. And I guess tomorrow's Thursday, which means Throwback Thursday, where we go back to a test maybe 20 years ago and go over a question when the tests were more of a reasoning test. Okay, everyone, please like us, dislike us, give us comments, or email us at satmathquestionoftheday@gmail.com. And if you have any SAT math questions, you can email us at that email address. And we hope to see you tomorrow. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Bye.